Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. This is the last video of the night. So, we're going to talk about how rough the acting business is. Acting is a cutthroat business, is the title. And acting is not as difficult as it seems. However, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. And people don't like the truth, which is why people don't like me. The truth of the matter about acting is really quite simple. Some of the people who can act don't get work. Alright? I don't know if I could act because no one's giving me work except for on my own YouTube channel and other projects that just didn't fall through. Now, here's the thing. Without the audience, I don't get another job. I don't get to work. I don't get to get pushed to where people are like, yeah, we like Echo's work. We can't wait to see what the next movie is. And even if my movie flops, you'll know that it wasn't just me that fucked it up, And actors do fuck up. It's if you watch all the blooper reels and all that stuff, actors fuck up. The guys in the editing room get the props for making the movie great. A lot of people don't give those guys credit at all. Now the whole point of this video is because in the video I made previous to the video, we talked about how acting was a cutthroat business and how Mandy Rose from WWE pretty much got screwed because of her social media. Now, I don't know what she did on her social media. I think she may have had an OF or something. I don't know what the hell it was. But they didn't give China a hard time when she posed nude in Playboy. So I don't know why now that they would just treat Mandy Rose like she was like gutter trash or some shit. I'm sorry for Mandy Rose. And I actually like the WWE. So I'm very disappointed in the WWE. Let's see. Tori Wilson. China. I want to say Sable. I don't want to be wrong, but we're just going to use those three. I know two for sure have been in Playboy because I have them in that shed out in the back. Alright? Or they're in the basement somewhere, but I have them. And Shannon Doherty, I have her somewhere in here in Playboy. So, as a man who loves women, who collects Playboy when it was still an actual handheld magazine, I don't think that the WWE made the right call with firing Mandy Rose. Because again, China, she was nude in Playboy before the sex tape. Or after the sex tape. I don't remember, but I know she was nude in Playboy. Tori Wilson, I know she was nude in Playboy. Again, Sable's questionable because I can't remember, so we're just gonna have her with the question mark. But none of these ladies got any blowback from being in Playboy from the WWE, and all of a sudden Mandy does like an OF, which is basically Playboy, and she gets screwed, blued, fingered, and tattooed, and that's just not cool, And I'm like, well, damn. Back in the 90s, they didn't say shit to China and them. And they weren't like spread eagle showing everything, but, they showed enough. You definitely saw boobage. But the WWE just like, Mandy has an OF, give it a boot. And I'm like, that's kind of fracked up. But this is why I said I want to make as many thank you videos as I can as the number grows, because if I get signed with anybody and they tell me I can no longer run Kung Fu Havoc number 2 for however long the contract is, I want to make sure they know, first things first, I'm going to come and tell everybody on Kung Fu Havoc number 2 why they won't be seeing me, or I have to give control over to whoever's in charge until the contract is over. And I'm like, all right, well, you got control over it until the contract is over. We make a schedule so that I can be on here at least 3 nights a week, maybe at least just a weekend, something on a night that I'm not busy, and I will have discussions with management or whatever so that we can do quality stuff without the swearing. Y'all know I'm going to have some problems with that because y'all know I swear like a sailor. I'm working on it. But, whoever signs me, I'm pretty sure they're going to want control of my Facebook, my MySpace, my everything under the freaking social media sun. And as part of the contract, I'm probably going to have to give all that stuff up. So I want to make sure everybody knows that I'm not doing it because I want to. I'm doing it because I finally got my job and I want to keep it. You know, like I said, if Disney says with Sony, it's like, look, we want this guy to be Miguel O'Hara. He's mixed. He can fit right in. He's just a little bit short. It's not like they can't rewrite the height of Miguel O'Hara. He's also 49 and he does his own stunts. Minus a couple of falls from his ankle, he should be fine. Anyway, that was a joke. I will still do my own stunts because I have moves that in martial arts that some people just can't emulate. All right. Now, are they gonna let me go all out? Probably not. But like 20 years ago, if they would have gave me a job, oh God, yeah. And if you want to see old footage of some of the stuff I could do, you guys can go to Kung Fu Havoc #1. You don't have to subscribe because I can't even post videos on there anymore. I don't have control of that channel. But if you go there, you can put in the comments, please come to Kung Fu Havoc #2 because this is where you can find all his more current stuff, you know. And if you watch any of my current videos or videos for the last 3 years here, you'll still see that I still got it. You know, I haven't lost a step. I've slowed down because of the hip replacement, but I haven't lost a step. I've lost a few moves in my arsenal because the doctor said, you know, you can't do wushu anymore. You can't do any flying, and springing off shit's not so much an option. I still do that though, but I don't do it like I could when I was 20. You know, now I have to fucking be careful. So you know, I want to get with somebody to just put all my shit up and just call it. You know, because once all my shit's up, it's up. You know. Now the question is, can I get somebody to do it? You know, but we'll have to see. Now, on the other side of that, you know, if I get to accomplish what I want, you know, I'll have money to pay people to put all my shit up and fix the fuck ups that I've done. Sorry for swearing. But I gotta make it first. And when I make it, I'm not gonna be able to do these videos like I like to do them. I'm gonna probably have to follow some guidelines or some rules. And to keep my job, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be the nicest robot that you've ever seen because I've been working in this business for 26 and some change years. I'm 49, y'all. It's making or breaking for me. I've been in this business too long to quit. You know what I'm saying? And I have to see it all the way through. A lot of people don't want to see things all the way through. They just want to give up. But this is what makes me happy. I don't have to be rich. I just have to be well off. I want to be well off to where I can have a house on the East Coast and the West Coast and I don't have to worry about my bills being paid, you know, because I'm going to make sure everything is on point. I don't have a lot of needs. I mean, let me rephrase that. I don't have a lot of wants. I don't have a basic bunch of needs other than I don't want to stink, so I want as much like soap and water as possible. Um, I don't eat a lot, so I want enough food to keep me functioning. I would like to have a comfortable bed that I can sleep on, and I like to be able to maintain the car that I have, you know. And if I have to get a second car, you know, then this is how it works. I'll keep one car on the East Coast and one car on the West Coast, and I will leave the key with a trusted mechanic so that if it comes time for inspection, I'll give him a call. It's like, well, you know where the key is. Go get the car, get it inspected, take it back to where you got it from, you know. And that would be pretty much it, you know. And what I would say with a house, I would like to have a house that has a garage in the backyard, so that I can rent out the house and I can live in the garage in the backyard, you know. So that way I can rent the house out and I'll sleep in the garage apartment, and I'll keep that for myself. Now, in the event, let's say I get very very blessed and marry my crush Zeta Zhang, then we'll let her control all of that shit. I'll just shell out the money, and that will work all that shit out. But outside of that, I just need to make it. You know, and even when I make it, I'm not gonna believe that I made it. I'm just gonna keep working. I just really want to be working. I don't really give a frack what else. I just want to be working. But I will say, anybody that's gonna hire me for any kind of series or anything, this is unnegotiable. My hair is not to be cut. And the second thing that is unnegotiable, it has to have a beginning and it has to have an end. My character's arc has to be complete. Regardless. If I get on the Power Rangers, and I'm only there for like a Green Ranger moment, it has to be complete. I don't have a problem losing my powers. I'm okay with that, but the arc has to be complete. The story arc has to be complete. And I say this as a fan as much as an actor because a lot of people don't understand how this works. If you're on that side of the screen and you're watching me and I'm doing something, and we'll give you an example. This is the mighty hammer of Thor. Okay? And if you remember the first movie where it landed in the desert and Coulson and a frack ton of other people couldn't pick it up, you know, because of the incantation that Odin put on it. For he who shall ever hold this hammer, if thy be worthy, they possess the power of Thor. So if I'm in this film and I'm supposed to be like the new Thor, and I'm struggling to get worthy, and then I'm worthy, you know, the end of the arc, you know, I'm worthy. Then let's say they're going to give me 3 movies. Okay, well, at the end of the arc, we get to decide if my character's going to live or if my character's going to die. If my character's going to die of old age, the people get to know that, you know. It was like Conan, you know, at the end of the second Conan, it says that is another story for another time. Because remember the first movie, he became king. They just didn't show how he became king. And at the end of the second movie, he was still the king, sitting on a throne. And he raised his worried brow. But that was another story. And so, you know, if I'm in any series, even if it's just like a mini series, my arc, personally, has to have an ending. Alright? And I don't want to be like the original Charmed, where there's fights going on, and the only way to solve the problem is to, like, kill me off the show. So if I'm having issues with other actors, because I'm going to be the grown one, it's like, hey, look, man, we squash this bullshit right now. I don't care if you're making more money than me. I just want to film and go to fuck home. That's it. However it happens, whatever, if we get another season and we can't figure it out and they want to kill me off the show because you're a better paying actor or you're just a better actor, if that's the hands of fate, I will accept it. But if I have anything to say about it, be like, nah, I'm in this bitch to the end. So you don't have to kill any of us off. I'm going to be the mature actor in this situation and just say, hey, I'm sorry. Now let's just work together until it's over. We're playing brothers. Let's be brothers. And then let's, like, anything off the set, I promise you, when the show is over, you'll never have to deal with me again unless by the grace of God, our agents put us in the same damn show one more time. And if we do a reunion show, that way everybody can come back and nobody has to die. Alright? Because the way they killed Shannon Doherty off really fucking sucked. Alright? I've been a Shannon Doherty fan since Little House on the Prairie. Okay? But, you know, I'm one of those people. And I'm a fan as much as I am an actor. And as a fan, I would love to see shows to the end. I didn't like how they didn't bring Dark Matter back for the Sci-Fi Channel to close it out. Just pretty much left you hanging. Where they did bring Farscape back and finished it off, you know. And I can't stand cop-outs. I really can't. Battlestar Galactica, as much as I loved it, the remake, just like the original, they copped out. And I know you're thinking, the original didn't cop out. Yeah, it did. Now, I'm going to explain that before I end the video. The original copped out because Starbuck never makes it back. But then they jump ahead and somehow Starbuck's still alive. But Starbuck had a kid. It was all over the place. Alright? Well, my memory's fucked up. But I know it was all over the place and Starbuck never made it back. He never made it back to the ship. I think the kid got on the ship. But I'm not going to swear to it because 78 was a long time ago. And I could have been more than 4 or 5 years old. Now, you get a few years later, and the guy that played on Falcon's Crest as Chase Gilberti was like the kids of Starbuck and Apollo, which didn't really make sense if Starbuck never made it back to the ship. But again, my memory could be wrong. I did have a couple of concussions as a kid. So, at the end of the show, to keep the humans safe from the Cylons, Battlestar Galactica and whatever fleet was left left Earth so that the Cylons never discover Earth. But you don't know what happens after that. So again, they caught that was a 5-day miniseries. It wasn't a 5-week miniseries. It's like a 5-day miniseries. And at the end of the series, they they flew off in the ship and never came back. So you never know what happens to the Galactica. Now, at the end of the new series, they stay on whatever Earth that's supposed to be with the crazy scientist who wants to mate with the Neanderthal people. And they fly Galactica and every scrap of technology into the sun, including Starbuck's husband. Starbuck magically disappears. Plot hole. Don't know what the fuck happened. So was Starbuck a ghost, an angel? What the fuck was Starbuck? Because Starbuck died and then came back and then made it back to the planet. So that means her husband and her boyfriend both slept with something that was not Starbuck. You understand? Plot hole? Okay. But then they copped out. Sharon, or whatever her name was, the Asian woman who's super sexy, super beautiful. She and what the hell is his name? The helicopter pilot, or whatever his name was, they got their baby back. The baby was baby Eve. So the missing link between man and machine and human or Neanderthal people. But you don't know what happened to the Galactica crew. You don't know what happened to anything. You just know that it jumps yay so many years into the future, where you have Doctor whatever his name is again, but he's not the same character. He's just some new guy, and you have the Cylon lady with the red dress, who's not supposed to be that Cylon lady, but they're just scientists and they're talking. This has happened before. It happened again. So does that mean the Cylons will come to that planet because they have no defenses against the Cylons because they burnt everything up in space? So, like I said, whatever show I get signed to do, my arc has to finish. And if I'm the star of the show has to have an ending. If it's only going to be one season, it has to have an ending. Now, if it's going to be like 2 or 3 seasons, it still has to have an ending. And my hair is not to be touched. We can dye it, but it's not going to be cut because I'm on my reconnecting journey. And I told my dad that I would cut it when I was 50. But somewhere between that and my dad passing away, I decided I'm going to just keep my hair. I'm not going to cut it because it ties me to my native culture, just like my face. So that being said, I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. Acting is a hard business to get into. The hardest part of acting is being discovered. The rest is easy. The hard part is getting your foot in that door and being discovered. And I've come close quite a few times, but I haven't been there, which is why James Williams Jr. had to change his name to Echo Fan Grey Wolf. And I'm part Native, and I should have been using my Native heritage to my advantage, and I just didn't. I just wanted to be mixed. I wanted to make representation of mixed people, because, you know, there's The Rock, there's Tiger Woods, there's a few other females, but they look more one-sided of their race than the other. And so it was going to be a difficult task. With me, I'm mixed. I get mistaken for Mexican. Mexicans are indigenous, and I am Native and black and white. And so I stopped billing myself out as James Williams Jr. as of last year. My stage name is Echo Fan Grey Wolf. I'm not changing it. I'm keeping it. I did a video about stage names the other night, so hopefully you guys got a good laugh off of that. But Echo Fan Grey Wolf is here to stay. So as always, this is Kung Fu Avenue number 2. Be seeing you. Embrace yourself, because here comes Echo.